This week's episode is brought to you by Not That California Brewery and the Rock Bottom Bar, an independent craft brewery based in the small town of California, Falkirk, who produce a wide range of craft beers. The brewery's tap room, the Rock Bottom, is located in the heart of Falkirk, and it's the only live music and craft beer bar in town. 28 taps, 18 of them are guest lines which change weekly. Live music every Saturday and most Fridays. The link is in the bio of this episode. And listen in to hear our beers of the week pouring at the Rock Bottom.
Welcome to another weekly episode of the Beer Fridge podcast. On this week's episode, who is tippity top of the Untapped list?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello and welcome to another weekly episode of your favourite Beer Fridge podcast, the home of real beer, real breweries, real opinions. As always, wherever you listen to this episode, make sure you subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. You can show your support by giving us a 5-star rating, and you can show your official support by heading to patreon.com/beer Fridge podcast. Make sure also you head over to all the social media pages and you can keep track of the blog and everything else. Beer Fridge. My name's Gavin. I've got my usual drinking friends. I've got MD, I've got Scott, and I've got Callum. Good evening.
Yo, hello.
Eve.
Yo,
Good Eve.
Yo. Let's kick things off as we normally do. Go around the virtual table to see what we're drinking to kick things off.
Let's go around the table.
Callum, what you got?
I'm nearly finished. Our pre-podcast beakery went on for a little bit longer than normal. I'd love to say this is my first of the evening, but it's not. This is one that was sent out quite kindly by Stuart Brewing. Thank you very much. It was the Project 7 Mississippi Mud Pie Pastry Stout. I've kind of been avoiding trying it because I didn't really want to shit all over it, given that it was sent out and not purchased. This is a collaboration with Shilling and Brewing Company in Glasgow, and 5.6%, and it's really nice, to be fair. I was ready to, as I say, I was ready to kind of crap all over it, but it's not oppressively sweet. At 5.6%, it's not super boozy as well, but it's got a decent body. It's quite it's dangerously sessionable at 5.5%. Oh, got a text.
Got a text.
Oh, and another one. Yeah, that's Mr. Popularity there. Yeah, so I have enjoyed it. I've got another can, and I've got another can of the Dippadelic to drink, and I'll do a wee blog post about the pair. But again, thanks very much for sending them out, and I've enjoyed them both.
Good stuff. I can guarantee everyone who listens to the podcast at that moment looked at their phone and went, "Oh, it's really a text."
No, because who has their phone on loud?
I know.
It's my
Well,
work
Nobody
it's my
has
work-
their phone on
it's my
loud.
work phone, so it's always on loud.
See,
No.
Tell you what it should be at fucking 38 minutes past 8. Half.
saved you.
In the bin.
That's coming from me.
Exactly. Workaholic down there.
Laptop. I've only got the one laptop up on the screen this eve, and it's this one, the MacBook. It's not the work's laptop. It's away in its bag.
Just a disclaimer: Scott does not use his work laptop for podcast.
Correct. And Scott started his work
Porn
at
only.
6:05 this morning. Indeed. Which is also the industry I'm in, which is
If there's any poops in his keyboard, you know what I mean? If we go back a few.
Oh, right.
episodes.
separate
Okay.
keyboard, all being. And
Indeed.
nobody uses a desktop for that shit.
No. California devices always. MD, what you got?
I'm on a session hazy IPA from Sheep and Wolves Clothing. So Matty gave us this Never Go Full Spread Eagle is the name of it here. 3%. Obviously everything that they do is on the sessionable. It's all right. It's actually like I feel like it's missing something, and it's a 3% beer, so like, but the body isn't what it's missing.
Yeah.
I think it's actually
It's missing half the ABV, mate. That's what it's missing.
No, I think the like I say, the ABV. I think it's a perfect session. Like 3% is the way forward.
No,
now. Like,
definitely.
maybe can brew fucking 4% without getting charged for it. So these are going to be the norm. But it's a really nice beer, right? There's like it's complex. It's got like it's kind of tropical. It's got kind of pineapple-y vibes. It's just missing something. Like I don't know if it's like a bit of bitterness. I know it's a hazy. I don't know if it's just an addition of some form of other hop just to kind of balance it out. I feel like it's just a wee bit. I don't know. Meh. So
Got a wee bit
sessionable,
missing.
but I have one of my favourite beers ever lined up for coming up. So
Oh, a wee tease from Mark there. Continue
tease.
to
Can't
listen
wait.
to find out what the tease is, listeners. MD Gilroy, what you got?
Unbelievable. I can't get over that. Look, I've got one of my favourite beers ever coming up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned.
That wasn't what that was supposed to be. That was a play
Fucking
on.
was so.
I'm playing it easy rather than.
I'm
fucking-
taking it easy. 'cause
otherwise-
I'm
Otherwise, everybody would stop listening.
Aye.
Well, that's true.
It's like fucking. Since when did we move to Channel 5? And the next,
What
and the
more
next
toys?
segment, after an hour of adverts, you can expect.
We're getting a wee bit of that ESPN money. We're
Aye.
going live
Mm.
with him, so we're going to be. Everything needs to be done by the book.
Mm.
Stay tuned. This episode will be brought to you by FanDuel next. Can't I mean
Mm.
like
Somebody's spewing, sir.
You'll be going was it DDH IPA Lakers and 5.
KFC.
No, what was it?
QFC,
He said, aye.
QVC. Shotgun that beer in 5.
Go on then, Gil. Sorry. What you got?
So I am having a 2 Towns Down Brewing Paisley Pale Ale. It's 4%. It's called These Streets, and it's a ode to Paisley. Opened the first brewery tap room in the town for 125 years, which is something. And the beer's excellent, very, very pleasant, nice and hazy, typical kind of 4% hazy pale ale that you're looking for. Can art's incredible.
Aye.
Tastes perfectly.
Just love the cans, like
tropical.
Aye, they're good.
They're excellent. Love the pattern as well. Pretty smart on the old can, and it's excellent. There's not much wackaging. I'd say it's pretty minimal wackaging, obviously, to leave plenty of room for the pattern on the can, which is excellent. But it's a very high quality, crispy, kind of pretty thirst quenching hazy pale ale. It's pretty well balanced. It's got enough flavour in there. But at 4%, it's pretty light and sessionable and far better than 3%. 1% better than 3%, which is excellent.
Fucking hell, you.
Well, I'll tell you what I've just opened, because we will go on and blether and probably not get back to me. I've just opened Vibrant Forests collaboration with Only With Love, and it's called Backwards Marathon, in honour of our training for the 10k hop run. Please donate. Thank you very much. This one is tremendous. It's a double IPA, 8%, and it's hopped with Kashmir Galaxy and Sabro. So if you were looking for anything tropical, then this is the beer for you. It's got everything you would like and coconut into the mix, and it's just phenomenal. It's absolutely
go wrong with that.
tremendous. No,
And if you would like to
absolutely
buy said,
it's sumptuous.
and if you would like to buy said beer, keep tuned, stay tuned in, and we'll give you the details later on in the program. I am drinking Bull House again. I think I drank it last week or the week before. Road Tripping Extra Pale. at a lovely sessionable 4%. I never read the packaging properly last time because I missed this bit on it. A light, crisp, extra pale for the all dear, the Rambler, the Explorer, the Vagabond, a loyal companion who's faithful, reliable, and with you through thick and thin. Roger that.
It is. No worries.
That sounds
Lovely
like
stuff.
I know the boys are Irish, but that sounds like some Billy Connolly.
It's a bit wistful, isn't it? It's a bit
Rambling
kind of
man.
Aye.
like it's a beer, mate.
Pretty good beer though.
Tell you what,
Is that the one with the?
it's
It
fucking not
smacks
going to
of
be
a
there
beer
for
for the
very long.
people. Aye.
100%.
It smacks of it smacks of a beer for the people, but is that no the one with the Mercedes on the front?
No,
Correct.
that's the one with the VW van.
Well, that's all right then. I can get on board with that.
The
Merc
VW.
Bro.
Aye, Mert Bro's that one.
Right,
Mert
okay,
Bro's
that makes
that
sense,
one.
doesn't it?
But yes, good stuff from the boys from Bullhouse as always. Right then, let's dive into episode 368 and find out what's.
Christ.
I know, Christ, I know. 306. That's not even counting like live streams and stuff. But anywho, let's find out what is new in the world of craft beer.
News update.
I've realised that I've actually not written anything down for this. So, Cal, you got anything?
Hi. Well, I've got one that popped
Preparation's
up,
key.
and
I've got
Gav
everything
knows
else.
the answer. Gav knows the answer to this one, so I'll ask Mark and Scott. There was a really exciting announcement came from our good friends at Witherspoons that they've introduced a new lager to their pubs across the UK. So all 800 bars are going to be pouring this new lager. So I want you to try and hazard a guess as to what this lager is.
I think Gav
given
let
the-
it slip,
given the-
so I'll let Mark go.
Given the encyclopedic knowledge of beers and what's fresh and new in the craft beer world, what lager do you think that Witherspoons are going to be pouring in all of their bars?
Carlsberg.
They're no far away.
No.
You're not far away.
Aye.
It's
It's the right first syllable.
all right.
Mhm.
Fuck off. Carling. Coors.
Oh no. Oh no.
What's the one you're not getting?
Cobra.
Oh, hi.
Oh, I'd have been happy. I'd have been happy with that.
That would have been an excellent pull. Sadly not.
Try. No, forget.
Sort of home, maybe just across the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Across the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
Fuck, I can't even think. Pass.
No, they only make one beer other than the wee dumpies that you get on the beer deluxe.
Seriously?
If it's no beer deluxe, it must be
Can't think who that is.
Cronenberg,
I was going to
1664.
say they made it in 1664. What is it?
Fucking hell.
Yeah, exactly.
So there were
I
some.
was
There were
On
some.
the old sea train there, that's why. Cronenberg.
Sorry. Yes. So yeah, we're all delighted that that Witherspoons, and I've got rid of the page, but there was a few nice comments. Let me just load it up quickly. From punters. Great. One punter said, "Great stuff. I miss 1664 being on tap. You can't get it anywhere now round my way." Another said, "Lovely lager is 1664."
No.
Meanwhile, a third commented, "A good move, IMO. Cronenberg's a good lager." So there you go. And you can enjoy that. You can enjoy that from £3.20 a pint. I think in the majority of pubs it's going to be $3.99. But if you're lucky enough to live in the sticks, you might have to pay a little bit more.
Or you could just no bother at all.
Aye. Run,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
walk,
yeah,
spoons.
Aye.
But, right, so this is one thing I've got written down. This is my next blog post. This is going to be my title of it, right? But
Oh, mate, you've been promising blog posts for days. Go and get them out.
There's
Well, he's done
there's
one.
35 drafts, mate. Don't worry.
Is
They're
there?
I just need like a primary school teacher to fucking do a
I was
spell
gonna
check
say,
on them. Get
it's
me?
the fucking-
Well,
it's
send
not-
it to me. Send it to me, and I'll mark it with a red pen. Send it back to you.
Oh god,
Christ, the hungry brewer pillar.
This is the point I'm going. This is the point I'm trying to get over here. But do the punters really care?
Nope.
Nah,
All they look at
just
is
change the badge every now and again. Oh, I'll take whatever's new.
Mm-hmm.
like our audience will care. People will care because we're into that. We're looking at local award.
I mean, I'm absolutely having a pint here at the airport.
No, I
Transport
totally
me
get
back
that.
and I'll have a pint
you
of the
get
time
the
machine.
59.
Please get me back to 1664 immediately.
What? See if it was Cronenberg Blanc on tap, I'd buy that, but no ordinary.
Would you like, so you'll give you, not only will you get a pint of slightly flat, minuscule head Cronenberg 1664, what I'll also get you is a soggy beer mat and an ashtray full of fagged outs. How does that sound? on a Formica table with somebody singing absolute dross tunes in the background. How do you fancy them?
Well, a wee bowl of urinated peanuts for you.
Aye. And every time, what we'll do is every kind of maybe 12 to 16 minutes, we'll waft in the urinal cake smell that you get when somebody against toilets. Urinal cake.
What are you talking? No. The
Stale
toilets are
patch.
too far away.
Well, that's what we'll just waft it in through the air conditioning vents just
Aye.
to give you that.
Anyway, Mark, sorry, you were saying.
No, I just didn't have
50% off a laundrette visit to make it look
Can
like
you, by the way?
honking.
Oh,
You're right. Like, as another good beer added to another good lineup for Witherspoons. It's simple as that, isn't it?
Yep.
And fair play.
right, nonsense. Anyway, Bruiser subscribers and listeners to the podcast, you are getting a new brewery added to the list. Brewery based in Manchester called Balance Brewing. They specialise in well fermented beers. Like I said, brewing out of Manchester. So you're expecting some kind of barrel aged fermented stuff, mixed culture. Think of those type of vibes. They also, it's not like cans or stubbies or anything like that. You're getting 750ml bottles of these things. Chunky bad boys. So if you are a Bruiser subscriber, have a look and check out Balance Brewing. Obviously, by all means, head over to their social medias, etc. I think with that one specifically, it's not going to be for everyone. Two, I think you're literally only going to be getting 3 bottles of beer, but just because of the time that it takes to make these types of beers, it takes longer. The barrel aging them and stuff, and these well fermented beers, they take a lot longer, which means it's a lot more expensive. So it seems like you're not getting much bang for your buck, but you're getting some ridiculous beers. And they're good.
I've always felt with those breweries on Bruiser, it's kind of like, it's not for somebody like me that the Bruiser delivery is my stock in the fridge for the month, to be topped up with the occasional trip to High Spirits or the less occasional trip to the supermarket. Whereas if you're, a la Mark or Scott, who's got a big stock of beer in their garage or whatever, then these beers, that when they arrive, you can stick them away and save them until a point where you've got company or you're going to an event or whatever, and you can enjoy them with friends. But yeah, I've always had a bit of an issue with that as part of a beer subscription. I'd quite, if I was in a bottle shop, I'd maybe pick up a bottle for, if I was going to somebody's house or whatever for the evening, pick up a bottle rather than a bottle of wine or something like that. But yeah, they're definitely breweries that aren't to be shied away from.
No.
And they make some phenomenal stuff.
It'd be a good extra pull if you're getting your usual stock in and then thinking I'll buy an extra one. You might take a spin on them
maybe double
because the
up,
beer will be good quality. It's hard with beers like that are so. It's into kind of wine subscription territory, isn't it? Which I don't know. I mean, the beers are probably very good. It reminds me of kind of early doors Holy Goat, where that was their format that they had was the kind of larger bottles, and you weren't getting quite as many as you can expect in your 500ml Barn box or whatever. That if you're looking for value there, then you can find it with the Bruiser stuff. But if you're looking to be that wee bit more picky and exclusive, then they might be a good spin.
What was the brewery that we seen at Gravity, Scott? What were they called?
Oh, fuck knows. They were really good as well. That's
I know the
annoying.
one you're talking about.
I'll find them. Maybe.
Blendery, something blendery.
Blendery, aye, they were.
Aye.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, we'll find it. We'll find it. Any news updates from yourself, MD?
Crossover.
Oh, look what he's pouring. Look what he's pouring.
Oh, I seen the
One
kind
of
of
my
thing.
favourite beers ever. One
For
of my
those
favourite
that
beers
for
ever.
those that listened for the tease and have listened this far just to hear the tease.
Wait another fucking 5 minutes because I've got a fucking news story for you. So you just need to listen to this first, right? I'm trying to get this in for
I'm going to
fucking
jump in
ages.
first for a news
No,
story.
you're
just
not,
to
because you've
make a
no
laugh for a
fucking heard
second.
in it. You've never listened to any news because you're too busy boiling your beer.
So, news-wise, this is a good opportunity to shout out brewery.
This is unacceptable.
anniversaries. This is a really simple one, so I'll take 2 seconds for
Right,
you
okay.
to jump back in, so you can beat down for 3 seconds for once.
I'll be the and in other news then, will I?
You can be the other news.
Aye.
Aye.
The shite flip story at the end, that'd be good.
That's it. You're like when Ron Burgundy's got the wee squirrel with the jet skis on. Get I mean? That's you coming in at the end. Like that's how
Okay.
it goes. So, this is again, it's a really simple one, but kind of stalwart in the UK craft beer scene turned 12 this month, and it's a brewery that I've had a bit of a, dare I say, a love-hate relationship with over the last probably 7 or 8 years because I deem them quite supermarkety now. But it's Siren, which I would never have guessed turned 12. But anyway, there you go. And as part of their kind of birthday celebrations, they are launching like a 3-beer kind of extravaganza, as they're calling it, basically, where they're pouring these beers across the country, kind of going UK wide, starting the 29th of March. And the 3 beers actually sound pretty decent. So they've got a badass stout that they've brewed with long-standing friends, Evil Twin Brewing.
Oh, nice.
And they have super hopped their kind of their flagship IPA, Intergalactic Luminen. This so it's a 5.3% beer, as they've super hopped it supposedly with Galaxy and Strata as part of the
Probably triple hop then.
yeah, it's kind of and then there's also another IPA that they basically haven't given any information on here, but there's another IPA that it's Siren, so we probably have to. But this is the kind of stuff that I want to see from Siren. I don't want to see the usual like what we've come across, and this is again the love hate, but a brewery that is is a huge player within the UK, and I would never have said they were 12. So congrats, I suppose, to them, and I look forward to getting hands on the birthday beers.
But I think, like, see if you were to go Siren on a Bruiser box. I mean, I don't know if Siren are on Bruiser or what, but I think if you were to get like a mystery box from Siren, I reckon it would be along the same lines as like a Thornbridge, because the number of, I'm sure Scott's had a Thornbridge box. I'm sure Mark's had a Thornbridge box from Bruiser, and there were some phenomenal beers in there, and it wasn't just your Jaipurs and the things that you see in the supermarket that you wouldn't normally pick up. It's they can make some phenomenal beers, so it's a lesson if one was required that when you see these breweries in the supermarket, they have other strings to their bow. So go to Source and try them.
Defo. Indeed. Go on then, Gil. Round us off with the news.
Okay. So
I've got
this
another thing
was-
to talk about actually. quickly.
Well, you're not. I tell you're not fucking talking about is that exact thing. So, right, you ready now? You got to stop being a prat, right? Okay. In fact, I don't know if you even want to read it anymore. I'm joking.
See these folk that can dish it out, but they can't take it, Mark. Eh? It's just a fucking.
ridiculous. Eh? It's absolutely
Unbelievable.
ridiculous. Anyway, this is about Cork's own Franciscan Well Brewery, who, kind of closer reading, it turns out were bought by Molson Coors a wee while ago, so maybe takes the sheen off it a wee bit. But this does have a bit of history, which is quite cool. So this is where the souvenir game comes good. So the Franciscan Well Brewery are based in Cork over in Ireland, received a package the other day from a Frenchman, of all people, Clement, who it turns out had stolen a tumbler.
Recently lost his job, has he?
Well, yeah. Jeremy. Jeremy
What was in it?
from France.
Garlic.
So, aye, that was it. A couple of them. And a
Onions.
stripy jumper. Yes. Aye. So it turns out he had a trip some time ago over to Cork, had been to the brewery and thought one of the tankards there look excellent. I'll just have that as a wee souvenir, and took it away with him. And then it turns out obviously these glasses have been discontinued for some time. And it turns out that he decided to give it back to them with a nice note saying that I'm really sorry I nabbed this. However long ago, I'm really sorry, and it made it over. Obviously unbroken, so they've retrieved a bit of history for the bar, which is obviously a really early kind of tankard. So they've put that up and put it on display. And to thank him for it in terms of the payoff, they sent him a box with some merch and plenty of their beers and stuff included, and a new glass. So they squared him away with a new Franciscan Well tumbler for his efforts. So this shows you that sometimes every now and again,
Crime pays.
indeed it does. Sometimes crime pays. So
Start handing all these glasses back, boys. We'll be getting free
I think he
beer.
sent them. If memory
hello.
serves me, he sent them the glass and a €10 note or a €10 note for interest.
He did.
For him not having bought the glass back in the day.
See, there's pubs that are new hairdressers that I stole glasses for. So I think I would struggle. I would struggle a wee bit. And also I'd be drinking my beer out of a Disney Princess plastic cup if I had to give away all my glasses that were snaffled for bars and pubs and fucking breweries. That's my entire collection.
Indeed, I don't think we've been lucky enough, obviously, to have been gifted a few glasses, but I also don't think I've bought a pint tumbler or any kind of beer vessel for quite some time.
No, I can't remember. No, in fact, the last one I bought was Verdant last year.
Well, I bought you one.
Oh, you bought me one. In fact, you bought me this one. I'm drinking tonight.
I bought you one, but I didn't. I've not bought myself one for a long time.
Aye.
But I just thought it was quite funny. Me a chuckle that they've managed to return, kind of get some history back for the pub, and also they've kind of reimbursed them with some stuff as well, which you wouldn't think would be the case all the time. So I will on the Franciscan Well brew pub and bar in Cork. It looks a smashing place. I had a wee look at it, despite having been bought by Molson Coors. It still looks like a cracking place. If you're looking for somewhere kind of craftier, if you're fed up with stouts by the time you get to Cork, by the time you've made the trip to Cork, there is a limit in how many Guinness you can drink before both your stomach and your taste buds tell you no. So a wee break at the Franciscan Well would be quite cool. But good on them.
Aye, indeed, good on them. Indeed. Right then, so later on this month, we have the kind of first industry beer festival, Beer X in Liverpool, and it's going to be holding this year's SIBA Business Awards 2025. The shortlist has been put out last Friday. We recorded this on Tuesday, so Friday just passed. The list of finalists for all the categories has been published, and just thought I'd give you a little taste of what is to be expected from there. So, for example, you've got community engagement. So the shortlist is Bristol Beer Factory, Hogsback, Tap Social, Handbrew. If memory serves me right, the Tap Social people are the ones that give reformed prisoners a job and stuff. I think that could be them. I could be completely wrong. I think that is that one. Business innovation, you've got Thornbridge, Crafty Brewing, Three Brothers, Tap Social once again. Employer of the Year, 40 Foot Brewing, Abbeydale, Tap Social again, and Vault City. And then the one I want to pick, there's two I want to pinpoint because one has a tap room that I really want to go to. So UK's best independent brewery tap room. Shortlist is Brew York, Brawley Brewing, the Indian Brewery, and Salt. The Indian Brewery, I want to say it's in Liverpool or somewhere like that, and the place is Birmingham. The place is massive. The place looks awesome. Indian food and beer. Yes. But it's not like it's proper like factory kind of setting. And it just looks amazing.
We met the boys at one of the festivals a few years back, actually, when they were kind of up, and it was like mainly lager and like it was mainly lager, like easy, like sessionable pales, like really. I'm saying like there was nothing overly complicated, and I'm saying that in a nice way about what they were up for. And
they had a. I'm sure Gavin, they had a stall. The last one we were at the Tobacco Docks.
Probably did. Oh no!
Then on the ground,
on the
ground floor, they had quite a long bar, and quite a big setup in one of the side rooms, and we tried their beer, and it was really fresh, really crispy. I can imagine it would go really well with that style of food. They're kind of.
So that's definitely a place I want to go and definitely want to go check out. Shout out to the guys from Bruiser. They're up for UK's best independent beer retailer, and the one I 100% want to mention is the UK's best independent beer bar or pub city. Nominations are Bullhouse East in Belfast, Tamworth Tap in Tamworth, fun enough, Siren in Reading, King's Head in Bristol, and then our very own Rock Bottom in Falkirk.
Yes!
Good lads.
So
I mean, it's been open for a fortnight or something like that. How the... Sin?
If you know, you know. That's
what
award
happens. Season. It's
know.
It's award season. It's like these films that win the Oscars that aren't even at the pictures yet.
Yeah, true.
There's two reasons to visit Falkirk: Scott Arfield and the Rock Bottom. If Scott Arfield was delivering a Rock Bottom or two, then I would definitely be there. But there we go.
So yes, that's going to be taking place in a few weeks' time.
I'm annoyed the beer merchants hasn't managed to get onto the UK's best independent brewery web shop list.
No.
If there's a web shop it's like the internet version of going into like a second-hand bookshop. You just get lost scrolling page after page after page after page of beer. You can go in there, it's like doom scrolling on your phone on Instagram. You can go in there for what you think is a quick 5-minute look, and next thing your legs are numb.
But it's also like going to Costco.
Well,
like, you know, you go in, and yes, there's a smattering of the brands that we all know and love, but the majority is foreign.
100%,
but delicious.
Very much so.
And incredible value as well.
Talking about awards season and stuff like that, it's also been Untapped awards, Untapped Community Awards, and you can go into it, and there's too many, but you can narrow it down and filter it into countries, etc. So in this case, I've explored the award-winning beers for Scotland, obviously, and I just thought I would shout out a couple of them. First of all, there is fucking too many styles. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's like, let's invent a style and a category for this beer.
Aye. It's stupid. I mean, Overtone. As much as I'm an Overtone apologist, I've won too many because there's too many like Imperial style IPAs and IPAs in general. So Overtone, I've won like loads. One of which is Explosions in the City, which was their triple New England hazy, which is the specific fucking category that it falls under. They also won the Imperial Double Milkshake IPA for Cotton Clouds. They also won the Imperial Double New England Hazy IPA for Pure Magic. You can see where I'm going with this in terms of the styles. It's just mental.
Let's create an award category for this style of beer for this beer that we like, and then give them an award.
Aye, it just seems
Which is a shame because it detracts from breweries like Overtone that are doing phenomenal work and brewing amazing beers.
By no means am I shitting on them, but it's just there's way too many. Brewtune also got a gold for pastry stout with a gingerbready verde. What's the pumpkin yam beer? Like, fuck off. Just fuck off.
Pumpkin yam.
I'm not saying that like
Is it pumpkin slash yam?
Yeah, pumpkin slash yam. Excuse me.
Oh, I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about it. See the amount of yam beers that I've had this year, and then some fucking pumpkin thing wins it. No, I'm not happy about that.
Unbelievable.
That's screaming for two separate categories there. Like,
Aye.
It's like when you're desperate for bananas, but they give you plantains. You don't want any of that.
I know.
Like,
I'm not wanting a wee fucking mini green banana. Fuck that.
Right, here you go. Here's where the copious amounts of fucking categories is ridiculous. Right, Pale Ale, New Zealand, NZ Pale Ale, Kia Ora from Dog Falls wins gold.
Excellent.
IPA.
What a tremendous beer, by the way.
Well, exactly. Aye, IPA, NZ IPA, fucking is won by Get the Notion from Overtone. Right, just there's way too many styles of beer on this. It is just pointless.
Beers beginning with the letter W.
Well, it almost gets to that point. You know what I mean? Hats off to everybody because some of them deserve it. Like Tannerfield Export has won a gold, and it should win a gold. Scottish
And what
Export
category?
Ale. Scottish Export Ale.
How many other Scottish export ales were
Well,
created?
again, good point.
What about Best Cream Ale?
And who wins it? Best.
Bellhaven Best.
Just a category for best. It's in there.
Justification.
And the winner of Best Cream Ale and the Best Cream Ale category, sponsored by Bellhaven Best Cream Ale, is Bellhaven Best Cream Ale. Yeah.
Cafe Racer is won the porter / coffee, and then it's also won. It's also won.
There was more of beer. You wish there was more of Cafe Racer.
Weekend Retreat from Fierce has won porter / other. Like, get fucked.
Other. What is that up against? What's in
exactly.
other? What else is in the other category? I wonder.
Well, exactly.
Iron Brew.
What? How about this for a category? Historical beers.
Oh, wasted degrees.
Groot and ancient herbed ales. No. That's what I'm saying. It's not just like there's more historical beers.
Right, okay.
But this one is a historical beer / ancient herbed ales. That's an actual category.
Okay. Who won?
Hold on. Go, Mark. Who won? And what was the beer?
Williams Brothers won with a Ebulum elderberry beer.
Ebulum.
Huh?
Is it Ebulum? It might be, by the way, it could be.
I don't know. I need my primary school head teacher to.
I was going to say it could be old.
EBULUM.
Ebulum.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Aye, Erbulum, like you said it right the first time. You never.
No, I said E.
By the way, you can also guarantee
it's a capital E. So
you can almost guarantee that there's there's about 5 folk in Alloa can see it.
That's true.
So,
no chance.
Table beer winner was STF's table beer.
A very good table beer.
Good name. But the one, and every beer that's won and brewery that's won is deserves to win.
Mhm.
And again,
It's
it's no
cool
me.
to see the rating though, mate. Like that's the thing. See when
Well,
you're flicking through.
Yes, so this the bit for me that doesn't annoys me a wee bit more is see the ones that have got a gold and they're rated at like 3.5, 3.6. I'm like, well, come on, let's maybe have a wee bit of perspective here and say, right, maybe that shouldn't be a category. Because if a beer's winning an award, it surely has to be over 4 out of 5.
No.
Surely. Because that just tells you that it's not up against much. But again, it could be. I've no deep
Is
dive
the winner based purely on, is that because it's
On the-
community awards? I suppose it is. It's based on rating, right?
Yeah, it's just a
Based
rating.
on rating now.
But the one thing that came,
Beer's brewed by Siren on a Wednesday.
aye. But the one thing that came from it, going through the styles and stuff and flicking through it, and I was like, oh, I've never heard of this before, and it's causing me to Google. And I mentioned it to yourself, Callum, before we started recording. Have we ever heard of freeze distilled beer?
Is freeze distilled beer, is that not an ice box?
I would do the word right in my mouth.
That's freeze distilled beer is all the ice box.
And
Hmm.
it's-
So I would have Gavin. Thanks for that.
Right,
What's
let's
the process then?
go on
Basically, you
Like,
drop the
yeah.
temp in fermentation to like minus like 2, -3, -4, whatever. Then I think it goes up a bit higher than that, and it just nukes the IPA like significantly. So you
Aye,
would
but-
batch your
But what do you do? What do you do in that process?
Freeze it.
So dropping the temperature isn't the only step in the process.
no. Oh, good point. Unsure.
Distill it.
see.
Well,
So Gav,
Aye, so you're dicking on us there, but fuck you. But so that's freeze distillation is the process to increase, the alcohol content of the beer by freezing the beer
Just say
and removing the ice. It's also known
that's
as
the bit
fractional
that you missed.
freezing.
what? To remove the ice.
Yes.
Yeah, so they
you
drop
lower-
they drop the temperature and then remove the ice. And
You'd like to think so. That's how they brew the strongest beers in the world. That's what is it? Industrial Nuclear Penguin is a all the types of stuff. Brewdog
name.
Yep.
back when they were cool.
But
was,
what we also discovered is that Bud Ice
Hmm.
is actually an ice beer.
That's
No,
just
I
some guy
refuse
in
to
Eskimo
believe
that just pished
Aye.
into the fucking sea and like been scooped up.
Yellow snow.
remember Bud Ice
Correct.
back in the day? That was premium.
The golden ale.
Aye, 5.5%.
That was premium Bud Ice and the longer bottle.
Golden
as well.
Rain.
Aye, the longer bottle format.
Aye, the one that didn't stand up in your fridge.
Mm.
Correct.
No, so it's just interesting, but aye, it's the beer that won was Death and Glory, 2022 from Brewdog, 25% ABV, so it's packing a bit of a punch, obviously, and it's aye, and they don't release it like the purposely or with that specific beer that won it. It was brewed in 2020 and it was just kept and distilled, obviously. It's essentially a barrel aging type of process. From what I've read, is what I can gather is what it is.
Well, that's the kind of beer that made us fall in love with Brewdog.
Yeah,
You know, before those all those pesky,
Aye.
inappropriate sexual fucking allegation.
Well, they made
Nonsense.
big changes today, didn't they? Hired a new CEO or COO or whatever. So
Who have we got?
CEO, CEO, Lakers on 5.
Jimmy's
Who is it? Benny Hill.
no, I don't know. I don't know. her name. I just know it's
Shannon Sharp.
Jimmy's best pal. Jimmy Watt's best pal.
No, I don't think it is. To be fair, I
100%
can't remember him. I
Did it like a work-life balance?
Yeah, something like that.
Mm,
Do they like
Big James
the
did get
real
married this
living
weekend or
wage?
something, you know?
he did.
I don't
He
know.
did.
What are you
Was
saying,
it
Mark?
on a-
Sorry, I missed that.
Did he get
He got
married on an North Atlantic fishing boat? Did he?
No, he got
Top-
married on the he got married on the rooftop bar of an American branch of Brewdog.
God,
Toffolo woman.
Aye,
I can't
James
remember her
Taylor
name.
is stepping up from CFO to CEO, and Lauren
right, that's good.
Carroll is being promoted or moved up to chief operating officer, CEO as well. So new head, like you say, new heads of Brewdog, and good. Like
Yeah, good.
the thing is, like you say, it's they're one of the biggest breweries in the country,
Well,
and they put craft beer on the map in Scotland massively, and hopefully they can get their shit together and get back to doing stuff that made them.
You can't get much closer to rock. Speaking of, and I'm going to be. It's no, it's no rock bottom TM. It's lowercase. Closer to rock bottom than those two beers you posted the other day for the bar in Waverley. Goodness me. For what's supposed to be an Edinburgh or Scottish at least institution, we know them for being in Edinburgh. That was a long way away for the beers of a much higher quality and grade we used to get at the original Brewdog on under the
Cowgate.
Northbridge at the Cowgate. Just miles away. I mean, to have a wheat beer and the other nonsense, whatever it was.
It was a lemonade. What was it?
Lemonade
a lemonade
ale
sour
or something.
Like that.
So,
And it was,
they were akin in colour, almost.
They looked the same. Aye.
Almost impossible to tell the.
it was funny. See when the guy handed me them at the bar. You know that way where, like, obviously you're standing, hands them to you, and I like had to do the double take at it, being like, "No, I ordered a sour beer and a wheat beer, mate." And I looked, and then I had to do the old sniff test to see, and I'm like, "Oh, there is two different beers in here," but like,
when you looked at the picture, when you zoomed in, you could see that one was more opaque. But you can totally appreciate, like, standing at a bar, you'd be like, "What the fuck," you know?
Well, when you posted your picture there on the weekend, Callum, the Rheinbacher Weiss beer, Aldi for peanuts. Next to it, I mean, it's just different. It's fucking night and day. It's unbelievable.
I know
the difference between them.
I had left a bottle of that in the fridge on Saturday night. I was like, I'll leave that. That'll be my warm up beer on Tuesday. And Mum and Dad were up babysitting the kids because we were away to see Terry Swims on Sunday night, and we got back. My dad was like,
Terry Swims sounds like a fucking kids fucking TV show, doesn't it?
It was. He sings Baby Shark.
Go back. Mum and Dad had stayed in the house until pretty much midnight. Put the weans to bed, showered them, put the weans to bed, fed the dog, and then had to go down to the rain house afterwards. And my dad was like, "Oh, I had that bottle of wheat beer that was in your fridge." I was like, "Aye, that's fine."
Big sigh.
Bugger. So as you're listening to this podcast, like I said, we do it on a Tuesday evening. This morning, this afternoon, the Cheltenham Festival started off, the GGs. So I thought we'd have a wee bit of fun. Fun.
Did I hear something that said that people this week were going to drink enough Guinness?
Yeah.
And thing to fill 4 Olympic swimming pools or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It's funny, there's a shortage though, mate.
Aye, allegedly.
Aye, lol. I seen on the news this morning that there's a horde of people, rather than going to the Cheltenham Festival, have instead opted to book flights and go and watch the racing on the telly in Benidorm.
Aye,
I saw the big
awesome.
I've seen the big pub that's hanging with the big screen and everything.
I'd be up for that, sitting by the pool.
Beer fridge field trip next March. Yes, please.
A fraction of the price I've actually gone.
We'll need to all get electric wheelchairs. You
That can be
buggies.
arranged.
It's the only way you'll get to the fucking bar.
Before you jump into your whatever you got, talking about Cheltenham, what's the Guinness pint price?
At Cheltenham,
it's got to be £9.
I was going to go in at £8.50.
I was at $7.49.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oddly
There's a thing that's came out and folk are up in arms, and it's all raging pint prices and that. And I seen this guy's receipt, and I sort of just kind of chuckled. So the boy went to the bar and bought four pints of Guinness, and it came to £31. £31 20 pence. So you're basically at 750, give or take a pint.
Well
Just
done,
over
Gav.
750.
Good shout. Well done, Gav.
Gavin was the other
It's
day.
like I knew it.
It's like he
Ken,
looked it up.
it's Guinness.
Because he's
It's
about
not as
to
if
ask
it's-
because he's about to fucking go through a quiz with us where that's one of his fucking questions. How much is a pint at Cheltenham?
It's not as if it's a pint of 80 shilling at Shilling's Bar in Glasgow.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
Seven.
here's a thing. When you said 80 shilling, there's a
Is it really hard to brew that beer?
It is the hardest, mate. It's the
there's
hardest
a
beer to brew.
1.6. There was a 100. No, it must be a 160 shilling. Anyway, there's a beer that's won one of those Untapped awards, which obviously it's got its own category. I'm pretty sure it was a 160 shilling.
160 shilling.
Beer,
I'm sure somebody-
beer based on money was the name of the category. Beer based on
anyway.
old money.
Like I said, Cheltenham Stick kicked off today. Thought we'd have a wee bit of fun. Can't get a virtual horse race, but I can do a virtual duck race. So
God.
basically, I'm going to let you guys pick because I know. Anyway, I'll let you guys pick. So race one consists of 4 runners, of which everyone is named after a brewery. And if you're listening and if you're watching, by all means, pick one and see if it wins. A wee bit of fun. Horse number 1, or duck number 1, I should say, is Northern Monk. Duck number 2 is Overtone. Number 3 is Cloudwater, and number 4 is Verdant. I will go randomly, and Gilroy, I looked at your mug first, so you can have the first selection of who you would like to pick out of those 4.
I'll take Verdant, please.
Gilroy on Verdant. Number 4, MD.
I'll take Northern Monk. I feel they'll be quite starved and ready to take on these big wigs. Take them on.
And Cal, you're left with Cloudwater and Overtone.
Oh, I've got to go Scottish. Overtone.
Roger.
The grey.
I am left with Cloudwater the Grey. Race number 1. I hope this is the right one I'm going to pick because there is 2. Hopefully this is the first race, and they're off. Oh, wrong one. And they're off. Anyway, let's unmute the mic. Come on. Winning right now is Cloudwater. Verdant's coming in strong, and at the end it's Northern Monk. No, number 3.
Cloudwater.
Number 3 is the winner there. Cloudwater, that's a win for me. Yeah, fantastic.
Dying off
House wins again. Shock.
All right.
I bet like,
House wins again.
It's a mug's game.
It's
It's a mug's game. That wasn't a very long race.
Well, I thought 30 seconds was too long.
Well,
I thought it was going to be
that's
hurdles,
like-
mate. So hence the reason.
That's like my level of excitement. 30
Right,
seconds
bish,
and
bash,
done.
bosh. 15. So I'll go in semi-reverse order. I'll go last because I made it and I know what happens. So Cal, I'll let you go first. Oh, sorry, I've not even told you the runners and riders. Apologies. In lane 1, we've got Stuart Brown. Number 2, we've got Beak. Number 3, we have Elusive. And duck number 4, we have Fierce.
Oh, go elusive. I'm going elusive. It's going to sneak through for the win at the late doors.
MD.
I'll take Stuart. Like they like a wee hop run, so like there's got to be some form of training done involved with that. I think.
Nice. And then Gilroy, you're left with either Fierce or Beak.
Fierce.
Cool.
Got to be.
Imagine not taking Beak. It's the fucking duck race.
I know, but I'll leave Beaks for Tracy there.
Aye.
Right then, second and last race, because I've only done 2.
On elusive.
Of the
What I like to
annual
know, that's more the point.
Beer Fridge National. Your riders are ready, and they're up to the gate, and they are off. And the riders
On
are
elusive.
off and running.
Come on, get a wiggle on.
Looks like Stuart have
it's
taken
right.
a lead, and Beak is coming up, and Fierce is
Oh,
coming.
there's
strong at the
elusive.
back
Oh, here we go. Elusive. Here he goes. Here he goes. Yeah. Yes.
Honestly,
Eluded all the other ducks there. That's ridiculous.
you obviously knew the script, mate. That's unbelievable.
Oh, that's funny. Well, I lost 20 quid today on the horses, so I'll probably lose another 20 quid.
I
tomorrow.
didn't because I never bet.
It's all that time you spent in at the stables there, Caleb, paying off.
That is.
I.e. the bar.
Anyone got any other beers or switched over that they want to mention? Because I've got nothing else written down.
Double Oregon Trail, absolutely
No.
excellent. Top notch. And also, just to wind back, we did speak about the SEBA Awards earlier, but I spotted a couple of notable names that I feel we must mention just because you were
yes,
drinking
yes,
podcast.
yes.
So, Brewers Brewer of the Year, particular shout out to William Main of Bullhouse, who obviously we've championed pretty strongly.
Mhm.
So good luck to William and the Brewer of the Year. And also, I think kind of as a big fan of the Cannon Line content on the Wasted Degrees social media channels, I've got to shout out Microcan, who I believe are their preferred canning line providers and are quite good to what their social media content's excellent and it's all provided by them, so that's cool. Shout out to them as well. And Festival Glass, by the way, you're talking about souvenirs. Festival Glass probably the biggest provider of souvenir tumblerware in the UK currently, so shout out to them as well.
Did we even get to your teas beer, Mark?
No, but I'm quite
No,
happy.
we never.
Oh,
No.
it seems like a prime
Well,
time.
technically, those who watched seen me pour it.
Well, I've seen it.
So
Didn't go all teas
No
and
word.
no tub.
Are you going full
No
teas?
words are necessary, surely.
no, I'll tell folk what it is, like, because I think it's an absolute triumph for a beer, and it comes around once a year and does not get the hype that other beers get, and it's we've got the old golden tooth it. It's pressure drops alligator tugboat. It's just 7.2%.
It's never 7.2%, is it?
Nah, it's just absolute.
Drinks like 4. It's excellent.
It's unreal. It's fresh. It's got a bit of pininess to it. The bitterness just kind of runs constantly, but doesn't overpower the Simcoe. There's a slight bit of dankness to it as well. Like there's a grassiness that I don't remember, but I'm not adverse to at all. It is just an absolute triumph. I actually just wish I bought more, to be honest. And I've tanned everything that I've got, and I thought I better save one to actually mention it when we're recording, because I feel like it's a beer that gets nowhere near the hype and the kind of media coverage that it probably deserves. And I've got to admit, Pressure Drop are just like a fantastic brewery that make unbelievable beer.
Yeah, I think it gets the proper beer snobs, people that are right into craft beer like us, to our kind of level. It gets the attention of people like us, whereas maybe newer people and people that are taken away by hype and they'll just jump on the train. Verdant gets that, and they'll get pretend hype as well. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. But I think proper beer nerds will, I think, get more behind.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was speaking to a guy who was one of the managers at one of the Brewdog sites, and we're blathering about beer and that, and he was saying, I was talking about the Salt Horse in Edinburgh. I says, I've not been in for ages, but my mate was in not that long ago, and says it was pretty good. He says, I was in there, and he says, I managed to get the last canny putty. I said, all right, fair enough. I says, what, he says, I just, where the kind of the hype around it, I kind of thought I would have to get it. And I said, oh, fair enough. I said, did you get a canny alligator tugboat? And he was like, what? I says, did you get a canny alligator tugboat? And he was like, I never even heard of it, mate. And I says, all right, fair enough. And he kind of looked at me and and he right onto the phone, that one. I says, aye. He says, that's the hype beat. And he was like, oh no, I've never heard it at all. And he's saying to his mate, oh, never even. And I was just kind of chuckling to myself, thinking, fair enough, hopefully, I totally agree with you though, Gav, because obviously I wanted to sell out for Pressure Drop's point of view, but I wanted it so that I can buy.
The less people that know about it, the more chance we've got of buying it. So
Exactly.
I don't know if it is still available because they did have the early, like they had the subscriber drop for it beforehand. But
In fact, it's pressure drop on Bruiser, and they're in there.
Yeah, I think they are right.
I can't imagine.
So
That I'm getting whip. I'm getting no that I'm not looking forward to it. I'm getting whiplash this month. The brewery not actually fucking. I'm not making a claim.
no, that'll affect your premiums, Gavin.
Oh, is it still there? It is still on their web shop right now.
Oh,
There you go. Add.
add
By
6.
the way, can I lodge a
minimum of 8
complaint?
cans.
Can I lodge a complaint with them immediately? And I'm sure I noticed this the last time. You're a UK brewery based in the UK. Your fucking age checker is in American date order. Get in the bin.
Oh,
True that.
month
good.
first.
Aye, get in the bin.
Aye. Cannot stand that nonsense.
It is honestly a phenomenal beer, and like I say, it comes up once every year. I would like them to do it, even if it was like twice a year or something like that, so it kind of sticks around a little bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what I do quite like is that they follow the tugboat up with. They've got a NEPA that they've launched. It's got the pink can on it as well, with that pretend brewery that we've never seen or heard of, Azvex. They've got a 6
That one that I mentioned last week. If you were here,
I know. No.
I'm joking. Is it can to can or something? It's called or something like that.
Something like that. 1-to-1.
I think I was close.
Can.
Back to back, heart to heart, cheek to cheek.
I just for me, I just like the fact that it's not a NEPA, it's not branded like a big West Coast.
Yeah.
It has all the West Coast vibes to it, but it's not like it doesn't blow your head away with pine and resinous and all that kind of stuff. It's so balanced. I didn't want to say it's the perfect beer, but for me, it's unmissable every single year. I've got to admit, it is like a no-brainer, and it is the best excuse when your mate's birthday always lands like that week before, and it's like, oh well, I better buy him some beers. I wonder where I'll buy beers for him for. All right,
But you know the thing about it as well is like if you compare like the hype to like 2 Putty, and I know every week I think since Putties came out and the week before we've mentioned it, but you'd never quite know what you're getting with Putty. Like, is it going to be green? Blah blah blah. But with Alligator Tub, you know what you're getting. Like, you're getting that solid quality classic IPA that's got those West Coast vibes, strong West Coast vibes.
The first can I actually had a bit of a oh shit moment. I was like, I don't think it's very good this year. And it was just because of what I had before it. And I kind of let it sit and I was like, oh, please don't ruin this for me. Please don't and I took 2 gulps at it and I was like, oh, sorry. Balance has been reserved. It's back to the norm of what I would expect from it. And it's just, honestly.
It is good stuff. It is good stuff. As always, wherever you listen to this episode, make sure you've subscribed. Hit the ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. You can show your support by giving us a 5-star rating, or show your official support, by going to patreon.com/beer fridge podcast. All the links to the blog, to the Hot Run post. Like we've said, by all means, keep showing your support for us and donating. Like I say, we're raising money for the Ann Rolling Centre for the Hot Run in 2025. So looking forward to that. I keep saying look forward to it, but I kind of know. So follow the links. They're below on the description of this episode. And we'll finish off with a word from Not That California and the Rock Bottom Bar, the official sponsor of this episode of the Beer Fridge Podcast. Till next time. Cheerio.
This week's episode is brought to you by Not That California Brewery and the Rock Bottom Bar, an independent craft brewery based in the small town of California, Falkirk, who produce a wide range of craft beers. The brewery's tap room, the Rock Bottom, is located in the heart of Falkirk, and it's the only live music and craft beer bar in town. 28 taps, 18 of them are guest lines which change weekly. Live music every Saturday and most Fridays. The link is in the bio of this episode. And listen in to hear our beers of the week pouring at the Rock Bottom.
1,